What up, YouTube? You can't stop trading and investing with your boy James E. Monday. Gotta love Mondays, man. Always look forward to Mondays. I want to talk about my overnight play on ADHC. And then I want to talk about a few day trades I took, OZSC and a GVSI. I want to get into all that. But before I do, man, please click that like button. Please subscribe. It is very much appreciated. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to research and analyze anything I find interesting in the stock market. And I like to share that with anybody willing to listen. So, that being said, let's get right into it. So ADHC didn't necessarily do what I wanted. I pretty much winded up with a break even. Bought it in two accounts. Bought 200,000 shares in another account. Tried to capture 200,000 shares here, but winded up with 171. Took a $125 loss here. You know, it's whatever, man. It just didn't work. What I was seeing was, you know, after this first run and it had a big green day here, we had this nice gap up. So we have a big green day here and then this nice drop. So I was anticipating some kind of gap up, possibly in the twos. And it just didn't work, man. It closed, you know, low twos. So I was kind of hoping it'd gap up, probably like 2 3s, you know, just something. And it didn't work. Lost 125 there. And then gained $71 here in this account. So, you know, overall lost like $50 on that over the weekend play. So, you know, no big deal. I thought it had the potential and it just didn't work out. And that happens. And then I want to get into this in this account. OZSC was the first one I played. And I actually was profitable on my first trade on it. I bought the dip here. So as it dipped and came back here, I bought it in this push. And then I wound up selling it into this candle for $221 profit. And then it dropped here. And then once it started picking up here, I bought in again. And this time I wound up buying, this one was 200,000 shares. And then this one I bought 210. I was trying to get 300,000, but I only winded up with 210. But then boom, it cracked on me right here. And I winded up giving back took a $500 loss. So I gave back the 221 and overall winded up down $306 on that particular trade. And then I kept it on watch because as you can see, it kind of made that bull flag pattern that I talk about. And I talk about it in previous videos. It's a good strategy. It's a good technical play that typically works well for me. You know, getting sort of this bullish flag here. So I kept it on my watch, but it just didn't work out. It did pop a little bit here, but then it just winded up dropping off. And as you can see, boom, and then eventually dropped off. So I didn't trade it. I was just watching it, waiting, hoping to see a good pop. And as you can see, I had this red line in here, so I wanted to see it break that. Because when it popped here and pulled back, I was still watching, waiting for it to break this resistance level right here, and it never did, and then it just fell off. But then I seen GVSI, and I took multiple losses on this. I just kept trading it, and I just kept mistiming it, man. So if we go into the 5-day, 5-minute chart on GVSI, as you can see, run, pulls back, runs, flatlines, runs, pulls back, then huge run, pulls back, pops again, pulls back, then we started grinding. So this grinding action was when I started trading it. So, and it just kept faking me out, to be honest. And so when I seen it pushing here, I bought it, and then boom, we cracked, sold it for a loss. And then when I seen it run here, I bought it again, and then it cracked, but didn't really drop too low. Came back, bounced back, sold it for a small little loss again. And then when it popped up here, same thing. I was like, okay, this thing's gonna run now. You know, because I was waiting for it to break this red line. I was waiting for it to break this support or this resistance right here. So when it finally broke it, I was like, cool. And then I bought some more here, right here. And then I just held on to it. I bought it at 18.41, and I just held on to it because it was battling. There was no real signs of weakness. So it was, when I don't see signs of weakness, I take that as signs of strength. So it kept dipping, but it kept coming back. Kept dipping, kept coming back. So that told me, okay, this thing does have some strength. So it could do something. And then it gave me hope for an overnight because it was maintaining. And I said, okay, well, why sell the position if I could have a potential overnight play? on GVSI, because if we get into the daily on GVSI, the 1 year, 1 day chart, same thing, similar here. We had this massive run. First red day, you know, kind of bounced back itself too, closed down here, and then gapped up the next day, and then had a massive run. And so it winded up closing strong. And then as you can see, we have a print of 217. So that could give me a potential indicator that we might gap up to 217, which would be nice. And as you can see, closed at 1.8. And we're seeing on the ask right now 189, and you see a few prints after you know, after the fact, going for 186, 186, and then 217 here. So it does have a potential for a gap up. So I just held on to it. So my open position, I was down roughly about $500, and then my open position's down 200, so a total of $718. So a little over $1,000 loss today on Monday. To start my week down $1,000. You know, that happened to me last week, and I finished last week with over $7 grand. So, you know, it's all part of the game. It's part of the process. You win some, you lose some. You just learn how to manage. You learn how to manage your risk. And, you know, scared money don't make none, man. So, you know, I kept playing this because I kept noticing the strength, but it kept shaking me out every time. As you can see, this has a nice steady grind, but it just kept shaking me out. You know, yeah, I think I bought in here first, and then boom, that's when I took a huge loss, and then I tried buying it again here when it got up here, and then boom, and then, you know, just held on to it the third time. So traded it multiple times. I think 3 times, because I originally I bought like, I just kept scaling. I bought like 200,000 shares, 200,000, 200,000. Every time it dipped, I'd just buy. So I was up to like 600,000 shares, and then it dipped off on me to the point where I was down at one point. Unrealized, I was down somewhere around like $1,400 unrealized, but I kept seeing the strength come back, so I didn't sell it. And then look, so from 14 to 7, so, you know, I got half of that back just holding on to it. And you know, hopefully tomorrow it'll work out in my favor, and if it has a nice gap up to the 217s, then, you know, I'm looking at a great profit to take for tomorrow. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my analysis. Again, if you made it this far, you can't stop Mafia is a mindset movement, meaning never stop yourself, never stop your progress, never stop your education, especially in finance. Having multiple streams of income is an amazing thing, and the stock market is a place where you can do that. So ADHC didn't work out on the overnight play, just basically broke even, lost like 50 bucks. And then day trading OZSC started off with a nice dip buy, and then lost it on another dip to go negative 300. And then GVSI winded up getting faked out multiple times and winded up taking a $700 loss. So that's going to be it for today. I'll be sure to keep you updated as much as possible. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.